I don't really need to introduce Minecraft. It's one of the biggest games of all time. Your grandma probably knows what it is. Mojang took all of their expertise and made one of the most beloved sandbox games of all time. Right? Well, kind of. Minecraft was a huge success on PC, but a lot of people never started playing it there or have never played it there at all. This game has been ported to the consoles: Wii U, 3DS, Switch, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, and PS5. I guess you can say it has at least one game. Besides the newer ones, most of these were not made by Mojang. They set the groundwork for it, but they never developed for them until the move to Bedrock, and we kind of see how that's going now. But no, the job at this time was dedicated to 4J Studios. They were the soldiers making it so a large number of the Minecraft community had their beloved game to play. Over the years, they would bring the updates that Java Minecraft had as soon as possible to the consoles, even if it was a few months after. However, when they started, it was just the start. No betas, alphas, or anything like that. Even though the game was released in what could be considered equivalent to Minecraft Java's beta, it was in 1.0 still. That's the earliest the game got. Right? I think you know the answer to that question if you clicked on this video. I rarely see anyone talk about this, but there is a beta version of Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition, the very first port. It's just sitting on the Internet Archive waiting to be played. So, using the power of emulation, let's explore this weird and uncharted Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition beta. Talk about a tongue twister. Before we get into this, if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you may know I have already covered this in the past. Well, I'm doing it again for two reasons. First, I think I just make much better and completely different videos now. Secondly, you may have remembered that there was a 20-minute time limit when I played before. Turns out that can be removed simply by using a different emulator and changing a number from 0 to 1. Silly me. But back to the topic. Once you start the game, it mostly looks normal. The menu is pretty much the same except for the title simply being Minecraft as opposed to Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. I went into the settings to change some things, one of which doesn't work. I'll get to that later when it becomes an issue. Please give me watch time. In this version, you have the option of creating a world or playing the tutorial. So I decided to go into the tutorial first. When you load in, you'll realize the main thing with this version of Minecraft that sticks out. No, this isn't a texture pack. These are the default textures. It was a shock to me when I first played it because it seems so weird to have a completely different set of textures we have never seen before. Adding on to that, they are very buggy here. Up close, you see the weird textures, but far away, they look like what we're used to seeing. Why does this happen? Honestly, I have no idea. You could put it on being a beta, the specific copy of this game, or the emulator. Either way, it makes for a more entertaining video. Plus, there'll probably be some snarky guy in the comments getting mad at me for not knowing anyways and tell us the real reason. The tutorial lines up with what is expected from how the game launched. It teaches you the basics of the game, the various systems, and how to build a house. Even with the new textures, it's pretty simple to understand. The only thing that screwed me up was the lack of sprinting. Since it is an early version of Minecraft and there is no hunger, you can't sprint. It's not too big of a deal, but it does take getting used to. Once the tutorial is complete and my humble abode is built, we can now explore the whole tutorial world. It's the first one, so it's pretty basic. A village is right outside, and you can see that the beds are blue instead of red. There's also a rudimentary mine and a prison at the end of the town. Once I was done exploring here, I grabbed a minecart and took the short journey to the castle not too far away from the village, even though someone else wanted to go there instead, and I lost my ride back. However, for early Minecraft, this is a pretty nice castle. The most interesting of the new textures is seen in the main room, where the paintings are completely different. As opposed to being original art, almost all of them are either famous paintings or simple designs. It's actually kind of jarring to see in the vanilla game. I may be done exploring the tutorial world, but there's one more important thing to show. Nighttime. Shouldn't it just be normal? Remember how I mentioned how a setting didn't work earlier? Yeah, it's the brightness, and it's stuck on the lowest setting. The game just looks like this. You can't see anything. For the rest of the video, I'm going to up the brightness for the dark section so you can see anything going on, but just assume I'm completely blind when anything is dark. You can also assume that in the light. So, it's time to walk into the darkness, die, and move on to the regular game. Now that we are done with the tutorial, it's time to go into what most people do in Minecraft, playing the game, right next to complaining about it. With an amazing world name and seed, please pay attention to the seed. It was time to head into the world that isn't finished or something like that. Look at this old, wonderful Minecraft terrain. It reminds me of when I still had hope. It was time to do the first thing you always do when you start a Minecraft world. Chop down a tree. I got some wood and crafted a sword so I could feast upon the resources of the lesser beings around me. AKA, I needed food and wool. I wandered around for a bit and got some of the resources I needed. I picked up some quick coal right next to the perfect flat area to build a house. Honestly, for what I was doing, house is a pretty strong word. But like they say, home is where the heart is, but heart doesn't pay the bills. A like and a sub does though, so please do it, pretty please. I don't want to have to put one of those annoying overlays on screen. I put torches all around my house so the creatures of the night didn't get me. With a building bench and a bed straight from hell, my home is almost complete. The night was fast approaching, so I gathered up as many resources as I could and headed to sleep the night away. Not before placing the screen door down though. I cooked iron in my oven and made it into a pickaxe. I even got some sick kicks. And I found a sheep with something a little wrong with him.
That sheep walked sideways.
Oh, you're right.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Kill it. Kill it.
No, I don't want to kill it.
I don't like it.
Some people have differences and that's okay. On day 2, it was time to accomplish goal number 1. The diamonds. I'm also going to be doing it the 2013 way as well, so it's time to build a staircase down and cover up the entrance. I could go into a cave, but A, I'm scared, and B, I will literally see nothing. I can't lie to you, what happened next was pretty boring in all honesty. There's only so much rock and stone someone can take before the demons start winning. The main problem when I got down is that there was no way to determine my coordinates. The main strategy is to start strip mining on level 11, but there isn't an exact way to determine that other than just counting up from bedrock. Even more awesome, every result pre the cave update on Google has been obliterated off the earth, so I couldn't even find the highest level of bedrock in older Minecraft to calculate it. I just took my best guess and hoped for the best. As I mined into the darkness, I didn't know what would await me. I just had to persevere on. And that's when I saw the tooltip. That we basically have to go and get like, tell him to bring me my money. Wait, I'm goated. 6 diamonds and extra resources? They all play like the slots machine sound effects. Oh my god!
Oh my god. Scary.
I actually got jump scared. What the fuck? What the
Oh.
Yeah, I think that scared me more than it should have. I did find some redstone after that took super long to mine though. I safely put the diamonds in the chest and went to go get some more iron, so I could fully get an iron set of armor to protect myself. While I was waiting for that to finish, I showed off that Steve in this version of the game is a skinwalker. Once I got the armor, I saw that it had a new texture too, which was a cute little construction outfit. Stuff like this makes me wonder why they put so much effort into these textures just for no one to ever see them. I went back up to the surface to enjoy my spoils and make a pickaxe and sword. I put the extra things in the chest and went out to get more food and explore the world. I guess I got to test out my sword too. Once I got some meat in my mouth, it was time to keep mining and go for my final goal, get to the nether. I had to find lava to get some obsidian, so I just decided to mine in some random direction again. I guess I had a miscalculation with my coordinates because I had another scare. My curiosity wants me to go toward. Oh!
What's up? Whoa.
There's some lava. Once I got around it though, I found even more diamonds to my surprise. I don't need them, but it was a nice bonus. However, I realized I forgot something. Water and a bucket. So it was time to go mining again to try and find some iron. I found some lapis early, but it took quite a while to find any iron. But once I did, it was the perfect amount I needed for a bucket. I got back to the surface and it was night. I wasn't trying to lose everything I had, so I booked it as fast as I can to my house and slept. It worked well, but the next morning I saw a creeper outside. Now is my chance to finally get into my first fight. Let's do this.
You're scared. Oh. It's fast.
Damn, bro, you can.
Oh, that's it. Short fuse.
Oh. Well, now you see why I didn't want to deal with mobs in this game. I grabbed a bucket of water and went back down to the mines for a final time. It was super tedious to mine it, but placing down the water did make me learn a bug about this game. For some reason, if you place the water down and pick it back up with a bucket, sometimes you just make source blocks, which shouldn't happen. It made it so I had to clean up a little after every bucket, but it wasn't too big of a deal. I got 10 obsidian, then went back to the surface to get to the nether. Let's build the nether portal with the obsidian, and I'm an idiot. I forgot to get the flint and steel. Time to find more iron. It was annoying again to find, but I eventually did find more than enough. Okay, it's finally time to go to the nether. Once I got in, I quickly built some shelter around the portal. I stepped out of that shelter and I don't know what I was expecting. It's the beta nether, but I can barely see anything. White glowstone is cool though. Then a ghast wanted to fight, and my skills are not there to say the least. So I cut my losses and went home. And that's the beta version of Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. So, how is this game? I mean, it's Minecraft. What do you want me to say? Unlike the earlier versions of Java, this one stays pretty true to what would come out in 1.0. The main appeal is the quirky bugs and the weird textures. I assume they built this from the ground up, so that probably explains both and why it even needed a beta test, but it's just interesting to look at anyway. However, the brightness issues basically kill any playability of this game during the night. Basically, you just have to sleep or just hope for the best and wander into the darkness. It also has the issue of being early Minecraft with not too many goals and things to accomplish. I know people dunk on this game for that today, but it's really barren in these versions. So should you play it? No, probably not. Look, is this a pretty cool aspect of Minecraft's history? Absolutely. Is it fun for a YouTube video? Of course. Did I have fun? Yeah, honestly, I had a blast. But anything here is better in the 1.0 version. One thing I will say though is that if someone has the talent to do it, I would love to see these textures in a pack to play in modern Minecraft. They are hit or miss, but they're cool, and I would love to use them today, even if just for jokes. So unless you want to prank your friends by saying you have a cursed edition of Minecraft, just play the regular thing. If you want to see my first reaction to the beta, or learn how to install it yourself, I'll have them ready to click at the end of the video. It'll probably pop up on your screen or something. Just know for that tutorial, you'll want to use Xenia Canary instead of regular Xenia, and you'll want to look up how to turn off demo mode for XBLA games for that. Other than that, thanks for watching. Let me know what I should cover in the comments or in my Discord. I'd love to see you in there. If you enjoyed the vid, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subbed. If you really enjoyed it, you can throw me $1 over on my Patreon or a membership here on YouTube, just like the awesome people Bungus, Mr. Bungusode, Slack, and Master Necro. My name is Chaos for Real, and I'm gonna get arrested by the FBI for playing this.